On Monday, July 13th, 2026, a video circulated on the internet of Shia LaBeouf telling a woman to leave him alone. What we are about to cover is the most startling story I've ever investigated, and it all starts with an Instagram account called Healthy Fashion Campaign. Healthy Fashion Campaign was founded by Alyssa Couture, who we are covering today. She would state in her first post on this Instagram account in March 5th of 2020 that she is happy to announce the relaunch of HFC. She explains that Healthy Fashion Campaign is a campaign dedicated to creating awareness and broadcasting content on fashion for health. A day later, she would explain who she is, introducing her name and stating that she is an author, fashion designer, and fashion entrepreneur. Alyssa would say that her upcoming book establishes an alternative approach to clothing, fashion deemed medicinal, and to visit hfcampaign.com for more info. When we head to hfcampaign.com, we find Alyssa and Shia LaBeouf edited together in a photo with the caption, "My husband Shia and I wrote our book Healthy Fashion." When you scroll further down, you'll find that Healthy Fashion, published by Collective Inc., is a new model of modern, fresh, and high fashion designed for human health. Fashion for health is a new approach to fashion that awakens the soul and spirit. It is apparel used as an integrative tool and as a form of alternative medicine. Alyssa would mainly post within the following year different types of topics on healthy fashion, as well as appearances that she has made on several different spiritual podcasts. In May of 2021, Alyssa would cryptically post a photo of Shia LaBeouf wearing a Cosmopolitan t-shirt captioned, "Street Fashion, Menswear Healthy Fashion Aesthetic, Cosmopolitan t-shirt." This is our first sign of her obsession with Shia, though she doesn't actually state that this is Shia LaBeouf. She's using it as an excuse for her fashion account. In July of that same year, she would post about having spent time with her mother's dog before it passed away shortly after she visited. She would caption this post, "I went to visit my dad in South Carolina, and then up to New Hampshire to visit my mom and brother. This is my mother's dog. However, I spent a lot of time with Stella. She really is an angel star dog. I love her. She died within 24 hours after I left from my stay there. The only wish I had was that my future husband would have met her. She means so much to me. I'm very upset about it." This is her first mention of her future husband that we can find. Alyssa would post vaguely about criminals and evil spirits later that year, but she would post in October talking about how she is feeling impatient about meeting her future husband. In this photo, we see Alyssa in an energy vortex location, which she would constantly travel to in order to harness positive energy. She captions this post, "To my future husband, I am 36 in November and I cannot find you in person. Year after year, day after day, I wait with sadness. God is being very bad to me. It kills me. So many psychics say so many different things on Facebook psychic groups. They never know when I will meet him. And not having a relationship in my entire young adult and adult life makes this whole situation sick. I'm tired. This life has been very bad to me. God, if you are out there, can you please bring my future husband to me? It's been too long, and I am all alone always. Psychics have said enemies are keeping us away from each other. They say there are rules involved. They say I am not putting in effort. They say so many things and there's nothing I can actually do but live this life that is sort of purgatory. I hope you will see this, my future husband, if I don't find you in person. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 years old in the future. A psychic even said I have to wait 5 to 7 years longer until I meet him. This is bad. This is torture. I know it sounds dramatic and I'm usually okay, but it is evil what is being done to me. I'm too old and tired for this." What makes this post so concerning is the fact that it is in October of 2021, which, as we know, she finally found Shia in July of 2026. In November of 2021, she would post something even stranger. In this photo, we can see a reverse spell called Sea Magic. The spell being, "What was brought down on me is now washed away by the sea. From head to toe, from veins to skin, I now shine bright from within. Curse is lifted, spell is done, I am free, my spirit has won." She captions this post with something extremely irrelevant and startling. I had this really bad, scary, and sad nightmare last night. I had a nightmare of a man that was cloned dozens of times since he was a child. His parents sold his DNA for money. When the clones became an adult, a woman had to be his handler and stay and be with the constant shape-shifting clones. Clones don't stay alive as long as humans do, so they have to keep birthing the clone artificially underground. The woman couldn't have him or wasn't entirely with the original body of the man. She could only be with all of his cloned bodies. So she then got so desperate to have him and dominate over him. She then got pregnant with the clone so she could have the man's DNA permanently, and so she could permanently have a piece of him. I think this is actually so sick. Many women on Earth will become baby mamas out of desperation to steal a piece of a man. This woman is not me, by the way. I think it is really ghetto. And in the nightmare, I was forced to watch for many years this ghetto behavior. But wouldn't this be a future wife's worst nightmare? I think there are more evil things on this planet that we can imagine, and I am not allowed to know or see all the evil things, but I've seen a lot and it has become torture. As an energy worker, as I am connected with the Ascended Masters, and because evil is trying to take God down, I understand and have experienced hell on Earth because of this. If anyone knows about human cloning, this is actually something that happens on this planet. But I have no proof and know nothing about cloning and can find no real information online about what's going on. People don't know who the survivors are on this planet. Alyssa truly believes that cloning does exist, which makes her perception extremely startling. Currently, right now, we do not know that she has implied that this is happening to Shia LaBeouf, but we will find out that she mixes all of her psychosis into one. A month later, she would post an update saying that her twin flame journey has been almost pure hell. I will be posting journal-like posts every day for at least 1 month on IG and FB. I'm not very popular and have not been able to attract a following for my work because of the spells and black magic against me, so I'm giving up on fashion briefly or longer. Lightworkers, if you are not popular, it is because you are not allowed to be a voice in the public because you speak the truth. Illuminati elite runs this planet, and most all 90% are making deals with Satan. All public figures cord people down and enslave them through their voice and work. So my new journal is in case my twin flame is watching my posts. I don't think he is, but they are for him and if and when he does. I posted a photo of him that I found. He was wearing a Cosmopolitan Text t-shirt. I posted it before many months ago. I have telepathic communication with him. His initials are SL. I have not been able to share my life or anybody in my personal life online for years. This hasn't really helped me. I will share things, but not everything because people will just frame me as psychotic. I am going to share about my energy vortex journey mostly. I'm stepping away from fashion for a month or longer. This is the start of what we know as the obsession of Shia LaBeouf and her constant journals to him. One day later, she would dive deeper into her psychosis, saying that she has tried very hard to market and promote this book, but something bad is happening to her and I am forced to stop. She knows that these posts are not directed to anyone but her twin flame, or as we know as Shia LaBeouf, and he may not even see the posts. But she's posting them anyway. She says she guesses that she's posting them out of safety because she's getting slow killed by the Illuminati cults. Alyssa says that for 10 years now she has been getting physically and mentally tortured and murdered by them 24 hours a day non-stop. She claims that she has telepathic communication with her twin flame and apparently he is merged with her body, but it often feels like artificial AI being done to her too. This is the first mention of AI possession, which we can only assume as her mix-up between AI and some supernatural presence. She mentions a person named David Avocado Wolf, who has been non-stop torturing her and killing her ever since she met him on Facebook Messenger when she was 24. David Avocado Wolf is an American author and conspiracy theorist. He promotes a variety of pseudoscientific ideas such as raw foodism, alternative medicine, and anti-vaccine sentiment. When she says that he has been torturing and killing her ever since she met him on Facebook Messenger when she was 24, she is implying that since then it's been 12 years that this has been happening. It would appear that when Alyssa claims that this has been happening with David Avocado Wolf, he had just become the celebrity spokesperson for some companies, as well as eventually becoming the spokesman of Magic Bullet. The assumption being with this is that she saw him on television or in papers and would start incorporating it into her psychosis and gang stalking schizophrenia. She makes the claim that David Avocado Wolf is doing this with V2K and artificial technology called AI. With a quick Wikipedia search, we find that V2K is also known as the microwave auditory effect, which consists of the human perception of sounds induced by pulsed or modulated radio frequencies. The perceived sounds are generated directly inside the human head without the need of any receiving electronic device. When she mentions V2K, she is implying that people are using technology to input messages into her head. Alyssa's obsession with accusing David Avocado Wolf of threatening her would run extremely short. The only other post that we can find is her claiming that he has threatened to throw acid in her face. She rants through the entire caption of this, essentially saying that David Avocado Wolf is one of many people against her and trying to kill her, as well as her future husband, who we know as Shia LaBeouf. 9 months later, on New Year's Day 2022, Alyssa would release a post promoting her new journal. We would later know these as her Shia LaBeouf journals. The original name of this new vlog was called Lifestyle to Inflame Spiritual Ascension. This would leave us with the information that she was doing these journals for about 3.5 years. In a video she released on her Instagram in November of 2023, she claims that her neighbor in an apartment building has been harassing her, compelling her to file a restraining order against them.
Hello everyone, my name is Alyssa. This is part two of the restraining order papers that need to be served. So I'm going to make sure, Shia, that this video gets published. And my dad told me, telepathic supporter told me today to tell you, Shia, to not worry about me. I'm not going to die. If he didn't just fucking bother me and get in my space on the elevator, none of this stress and drama today would have occurred. He was just saying a week ago, oh, distance, because he was on the elevator and then I saw him. I wasn't going to go walk in the elevator, but he screamed out, distance, and then a week later he'd jump us on the elevator. So he knew that the restraining order occurred. However, he also knew and wanted me to know those papers were not served. And if they were served incorrectly. And I believe it was done on purpose. People are getting attacked if they help me. They're going to get attacked. They're going to get threatened. Anyone who helps me, they get attacked.
In August of 2024, Alyssa would post a video of 2 police officers at her apartment after she called them about a suspicious blood placement in the hallway.
So, there's where it starts.
Okay, where's the other blood at?
Right here. All on this door.
Okay.
And the blood is all over here. It feels like an harassing message based on the history I've had with this neighbor.
A harassment what?
A harassment message because the way the blood is on the door, on his door, it looks like it's placed.
Did you physically see him put the blood on the door?
With my own 2 eyes, I do not have a security camera, no.
Okay. How do you know it's him? Just because.
With the way the blood is placed on his door, it looks unnatural. It looks like it's sort of like shaped like a letter.
Okay, well, I can knock on a door, or it says door knock. I can ring on the doorbell, and if he answers and opens the door and he's willing to talk to me, then we could ask him about the blood on the door. But I don't know how he got the blood. Maybe it's his own blood.
It could be blood from meat. If he bought bloody meat at the store.
It could very well be blood from meat. We don't know where the blood's from. We don't know if he even put on the door.
Yeah, so
someone else could have put on the door.
We can talk.
As we can see in the video, the blood spots are very small and likely just a coincidence from buying meat at the store, which even Alyssa would claim. The police officers would agree to continue investigating this as they talk to the neighbor. In the second video, we see the result of that.
What was the last time you ate, drank, whatnot?
I've just had some nachos a couple hours ago.
What time do you normally go to bed?
I've been on a road trip, so I had different hours, but I have fluctuating sleep schedule based on the noise pollution that occurs by this neighbor.
Have you had a lot of good sleep the last week, 2 weeks, or no?
I would say so, yeah.
So I was able to talk to him. He says that blood is from when his friend came over and touched the door. He's not aware of any of the other blood that are on the other doors. When I talked to him, he seemed like a normal person. I looked into his room. It looked like he was cleaning. He was actively cleaning his refrigerator parts. So I don't have any reason to believe that there's anything else more than just a little smidgen of blood on the door. So at this point, we don't have anything we could do for.
Down the road, when he does something very dangerous, you guys are not going to be happy with yourselves if you could have done something a little bit differently.
Okay, so for what we got so far is that you believe that there's mysterious blood on the door. Okay?
No, I didn't say mysterious.
So
it looks placed.
It looks placed, regardless of how it's placed. It's not indicative of anything. If I was to go outside and there's a pool of blood on the ground and there's it looked like a body had been dragged into a room, that would be a little bit more concerning. But just a little.
But you saw the blood on the other doors.
I did, and maybe the guy has some sort of issue where he puts little pieces of blood on a door. We're not going to make assumptions.
Well, I have a brain injury. I'm not educated on the law. I'm not educated as a police officer.
Right.
There's nothing that I could say to you two to convince you how I feel when I'm going through.
We also we're checking on his welfare. We're checking on your welfare. Is there anything else that we can help you with? Do you need medics? Or anything like that?
No, I'm going to make my own documentation. And is it okay if I upload this on YouTube?
You can go ahead and upload it.
Okay, I will upload it on YouTube.
All this encounter that we're talking about, I'm recording.
Yeah, I'm going to show my husband Shia what you guys said.
Okay, well, you can go ahead and show your husband Shia, right? We investigated this and we determined that there's nothing more than what's...
I understand. That's all you can do. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, man.
Good night.
In part 2, we see Alyssa trying to explain that this neighbor is after her and these are attacks, but the police can't seem to see that. The police officer tries to explain to her that it's not going to seem nearly as suspicious as if the blood was a big pool on the floor, but instead it's just a small bit of blood on some doors. The police officers even offer some help as they say that they did a welfare check on the neighbor and they're willing to check on her welfare as well. Alyssa denies their help, saying that she has made full documentation of her own and she'll be uploading these videos to YouTube. Unfortunately, not much happens of the circumstance, but it does provide us with a small escalation that would result in something a little worse. The month following this police incident, the property manager would visit her with a mobile crisis response team. A mobile crisis response team is a specialized team of mental health professionals and crisis workers. They respond directly to people in the community experiencing mental health or substance use emergencies. Their primary goal is to de-escalate situations, provide on-site stabilization, and divert individuals from emergency rooms with the justice system. Unfortunately, not much of that would be done with the MCRT, though the claims she makes while speaking to them are what matters most.
I've called the cops numerous times, almost like 8 months ago. The fiberglass was cut open and there was a cut ripped mark. So yeah, there's a serious matter happening. Yeah. The neighbor in roommate 401 I've been struggling with. You know I've been struggling with him because I've been giving you so many reports. Been poisoning the air in my bathroom vent. He's been poisoning my water, my bathroom sink water. He has been cutting open he cut open his part of the wall and turned off and decreased my fridge for a year and a half and food poisoned me. I have documentation of white spots and discoloration all over my skin. And so you guys are saying that you think that I'm not, that this is all in my mind and it's not happening?
No, nobody's saying that.
So then what is this for? I'm just curious.
Well, they thought because they had checked the unit, they thought maybe you were having some things with mental health and like that you would maybe want to talk to us.
So then you're saying that you guys checked it out and that
We did check it out.
you checked out his room?
Yes.
There's nothing?
I was there, there's nothing.
I don't have notes and documentation to tell you the long list of him boiling my food, making my food pop everywhere. He's trying to explode. He exploded my blow dryer and almost started on fire with the electrical outlet over here. My blow dryer fried. I've been deathly sick from this neighbor. If you think if you truly think after all the complaints, and I'll show you the photographs. Okay. Do you believe that I am safe here and that this neighbor's done nothing to me.
Alyssa, all I can tell you is if you do not feel safe, you do have the option to go to San Diego Housing Commission and ask to be moved to either a different floor or a different building.
If I move, that evidence becomes permanently, like, I have no access to.
The MCRT asks about what has been happening, to which she explains that her next-door neighbor has been performing attacks against her, which is threatening her health, such as poisoning her air, decreasing her fridge, and cutting the fiberglass in the wall. It's unclear why she accuses the fiberglass, though the air poisoning and fridge decreasing are worth noting. She also claims that the blow dryer has exploded, which was also orchestrated by her neighbor. If this were at least half true, this could all likely be the problem of the unit itself. The air poisoning could be mold in the air conditioning, the fridge decreasing could be due to a defect, and the blow dryer exploding would be a voltage issue. The fiberglass, on the other hand, is completely out of left field, as I'm not sure how she would even know that the fiberglass has been cut in the wall. All of these claims, if not just a few of them, are extremely impossible for all of these to be just the singular act of the neighbor, as she claims that he has cut a hole in his wall to cut the fiberglass, among other things. The property manager claims they've looked inside the neighbor's unit, saying they didn't find anything. Once again, Alyssa would take this as a personal attack, just like the incident with the police officers defending herself, as she understands why there is an MCRT in her apartment, repeating herself several times, saying that it is not inside her head, accusing her property manager of thinking that. The property manager denies these accusations, which provides us with the information that she is at least somewhat self-aware in the way that people know she is crazy. They ask if she's been doing okay mentally and that they have therapists available for her, but she denies it, saying that she is looking into a counselor but is not going to do anything just yet. Another detail we seem to find in the same year is that she is convinced she is a synthetic duplicate. She would post an extremely short Ring camera video captioned with the following: "Eating garlic and honey for staph infection. It's not my facial expression. Goofball criminal birds. I'm eating garlic honey because the criminal neighbor decreased my fridge and poisoned all my food for over a year and a half, and now I have a full body staph infection." In this Ring video clip, it makes me very sick to see I'm still looking and sometimes feeling like I'm a synthetic duplicate of the criminal bird. This criminal used artificial intelligence weapons to make me look and act like her. It is the way I am moving my mouth. That's not stroke. She has goofy facial expressions. I have schizoaffective disorder, but the criminals are using AI to make me shake my head no as they attack me with artificial intelligence, voice to skull, and say something to threaten Shia and Alyssa's marriage. This post alone gives us so much information. 3 things are to note from this post. The first being that she feels like she is a synthetic duplicate of the criminal bird. We don't know why she says criminal bird necessarily, but this is just one of many weird psychotic delusions that are difficult to explain, as I have no idea what she's talking about. The second thing to note from this video, which is actually the most important thing to explain the entire story, is that she has schizoaffective disorder. Schizoaffective disorder is a mental disorder characterized by symptoms of both schizophrenia and a mood disorder, either bipolar or depression. Common symptoms include hallucinations, delusions, disorganized speech and thinking, as well as mood episodes. Auditory hallucinations are the most common type, which would explain the claims of V2K when she's actually just hallucinating these messages being put in her head. The causes of schizoaffective disorder is a combination of genetic and environmental factors. The third thing to note from this post is she talks in third person at the last sentence. She will do that here and there, which suggests that she either believes she is someone else, or it is someone speaking about her through her. We will see slight mention of that later on, which she would characterize them as the criminals. Exactly 3 months later, after this supposed situation with the mobile crisis response team, she would record a video at her mother's house, which would provide us the information that she moved in with her mother to avoid these supposed attacks. This would reveal another important clue as to why she is the way she is. In this new post, she shows a video of her brother shouting incoherently. This video is captioned, Shia, my brother has a mental problem and the artificial intelligence possession is exacerbating his psychosis symptoms. He needs help. He is in a state of severe psychosis and he is not safe because of that.
That is a devil. And also, your stepfather is a boxer, okay? I just want you to know that is a devil and your stepfather is a boxer. That's all New Hampshire said. That is a devil. If New Hampshire stated it, yes.
We get to learn from this post that she isn't the only person in her family that is suffering from some sort of schizophrenic behavior. It would likely appear that her mother was the one who passes down this schizophrenic behavior to both Alyssa's brother and Alyssa herself. She would constantly post about her brother and his psychosis for a few months before posting a conversation with her parents in May of 2025, saying she would live in her car until her parents helped put the neighbor in jail. She shows clear dependence on her family as she says, "So save some money aside to help me when I'm in trouble or run out of money." She also accuses her parents of torture and theft, claiming they are trillions of dollars in debt to her because of this. In November of 2025, she would post another conversation, this one specifically with her mother. It isn't clear in the photos she shares, though her mother responds with, "You gave up already?" which would be interpreted as her reaction to Alyssa no longer wanting to live in her car anymore. Alyssa would deny that she's moving back in with her mother, but we see that she does, despite her denials. In December of 2025, we would see that she's moved back in with her mother, but instead of these episodes with her brother, she's posting videos of arguments with her mother. In these videos, Alyssa records her mother arguing with her and yelling at her, accusing Alyssa of threatening her death and wanting her money, to her completely denying and refusing to let Alyssa to do her laundry by using her car.
Please go and do my laundry.
You can't use my car. Go get your insurance on.
Why can't I use your car?
You're not using my car because you can't stay peaceful. You're not going to tell me to die. Treat me like shit.
I never told you to die. I never told you to die.
That's not realistic.
I need to dry my clothes.
Hannah.
I can't hang them. No, I can't hang them. They're going to mold.
Insurance on your car.
No, I can't afford it. I can't afford the insurance on my car. I can't spend $100 on my car.
You can't be kind to me for 1 minute. Every week, when you do your laundry, you're going to attack me.
It's not every week. It's been 2 weeks.
Oh, and it's not going to happen next week.
Why are you holding my clothes hostage every single time?
Shut up. You say that Liz, shut up.
No. I need to use your car to bring my clothes.
Last week, I had told Alyssa, not the criminals, that she could use my car. Okay? When the criminals are coming through, you attack
No,
me.
you're going to.
You're not
I
gonna
am
use
not
my
wearing
car.
moldy clothes. I'm not wearing moldy clothes. I need to use your car to bring my clothes to the laundromat to dry. That's what I need. I'm not going to wear moldy clothes.
When we hear Alyssa speaking to her mother, she speaks extremely clear, which is contrasted to the way she speaks in these video journals, which would feel like she is in a delusion when she records. But when she's out in public, maybe she's a little normal. For the rest of the month, Alyssa would post arguments with her mother and even her brother arguing with her mother while going through schizophrenic episodes, until in January 24th of this year, she would post a conversation with her father. In a screenshot of these text messages, we see Alyssa saying, "Thank you for having them visit. They had a good trip. I notice an improvement in their behavior and they're acting happier and healthier. It's not going to last, though." In response to that, Alyssa's father says, "You need to wake up today and be grateful and kiss your mother's ass and feet and say thank you for feeding me and giving me shelter. Be grateful and stop complaining and grow up." Alyssa wouldn't take this positively, saying that her dad is trying to get her to respond to the text he wrote and trigger her by treating her like a child. She says that they both need to get in trouble soon. This is more child programming and satanic humiliation rituals. This is written in order for me to respond angrily so that he could write me off. She actually tells me almost every day I have to come up with a plan because I'm not living there. And the plan is to go to a mental hospital. She wants to illegally frame me, where I can go live with Dad. I told her yesterday, even if I go to a hospital, it will be for a couple weeks, then where do I go? You want me homeless living in my car? She's doing suicidal programming on me. No hope, die, Alyssa programming. My dad threatens me and says with V2K or subliminally, if I think I need to go ask to live with him. He says he'll try to kill me if I live with him, etc. So I told my mom yesterday, you're trying to get me to go back and live in my car and be homeless and freeze to death in my car with no money because she threatens to kick me out every day. She is treating me like a child, and when she says she's taking her room back every other day and I have to come up with a plan over and over and over and over, and she says I can't stay here over. She knows I have no other options, and she is trying to threaten my survival every day. Don't worry, Shia. I love you and miss you, Shia. This post was extremely confusing to read out, but the interpretation being from this is she's living with her mother despite her mother not even wanting her to be there. However, her being at her mother's is what would have kept her out of the danger that would have been the few coming months leading up to her arrest. A month later, Alyssa's father would send her a voicemail regarding a past conversation she must have had with her mother, making several violent threats to her, saying that she doesn't deserve to live there.
What is wrong with you? You better back off your mother. You don't even deserve to live there, you spoiled brat. If I ever see you, I'm gonna punch you in the head so fucking hard. You have no idea how mad I am at you. You know that never happened, you piece of shit. I'm gonna fucking wait till I see you. Fuck you.
Not much else would be seen of Alyssa aside from her normal video journals, but we would start seeing her in her car posting her daily vlogs, as well as several different other strange posts about gang stalking and people after her. One notable time period would be in April when she reveals that she bought a hijab from Amazon. It's unknown why she converted to Islam, but it's thought to have something spiritual to do with finding Shia on her journey.
It's 12:48 p.m., April 9th, 2026. This video suggests to my husband Shia. Hi, Shia. So, I just went to the mail shop and I got the package for the Muslim outfit with the prayer beads. I'm pink and you're blue, Shia.
In June, the police would be called on Alyssa for supposedly posing a threat to herself. The police officer would tell Alyssa that he had been informed by some friends on Facebook that she believes she is married to Shia LaBeouf. However, she claims she is not married to the clone and celebrity, specifying that the one that she's married to is the real Shia LaBeouf, and she would ramble about her own DNA being stolen and something about Shia being in trouble, but the officer was only really concerned about whether she was thinking of harming herself. She would deny this, allowing the officer to leave the area, leaving the situation to brew a little further within the next month.
So I got calls from 2 different people on Facebook that are friends of yours, and they're concerned that you might hurt yourself or someone. They said that you're posting that you're married to Shia LaBeouf.
I'm not married to the clone Shia LaBeouf. There's someone that's had their identity stolen named Shia LaBeouf. I'm not posting, and I repeatedly say on the internet that I'm not posting to people in regards to Shia LaBeouf, the clone, or the celebrity. I'm not.
They said there was something about you.
They're trying to illegally frame me.
With him or something.
No, I never said that. They're trying to illegally frame me and get me in trouble because they're trying to criminally frame me and saying that I'm harassing the celebrity. I'm not harassing the celebrity. I'm not. There's something very strange going on where my DNA was stolen. My mother Deanna sold my DNA in Los Angeles, and something happened with my DNA, something happened with my husband's DNA, and we're in a very dangerous situation. His name is Shia LaBeouf. It's not the celebrity name Shia LaBeouf. People are getting confused.
So the only thing I need to be concerned about is, are you thinking about hurting yourself?
No, I am
or
not.
Anyone else?
I am not thinking about hurting anybody. I'm not thinking about hurting anyone. I'm not thinking about hurting myself. I am in a lot of danger. I'm trying to. I told you I've reported reports in regards to people attempting to try to hurt me and possibly not make me be alive. There's a ton of things that's happening in regards to the crime that's happening to me, but besides that, no. These people that are reporting are trying to illegally frame me as talking to the celebrity. I'm not talking to the celebrity. It has nothing to do with the celebrity, Shia LaBeouf.
All right, that's all I needed to make sure you're not thinking of hurting yourself.
No, I'm
or
not.
anyone. All right, well, thanks for talking to me then.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
For the following month, Alyssa would sunburn her face, exhaust herself, and dive deeper and deeper into her schizophrenic delusions every day until she would finally find Shia LaBeouf. As mentioned at the start of this video, on July 13th, 2026, Alyssa would finally find Shia. However, she would caption the video as if she doesn't even know who he is, saying, "Shia, I was not near this person's house." Shia would tell her to leave him alone, and that she's scaring his father. The theory as to why she specifies Shia as this person is because her mental image of Shia LaBeouf is from those many, many years ago of him in that Cosmopolitan text t-shirt.
Hello. God bless you. Hello. Hi. How are you? Hey, you're scaring my dad. You're scaring my people. You hear me? You hear what I'm saying? God bless you. Leave me alone.
The next day, she would post a photo of a police car captioned, "Police showed up prior to this person," which alludes to the fact that she has been likely arrested. Nothing has been heard or seen of her since then. In a TMZ article on July 16th, 2026, they would release that she has been arrested and tells cops she believed the actor was merely a clone of himself and that he was being sex trafficked. Sources would tell TMZ that Alyssa Kutcher was arrested on July 13th in New Orleans after she was allegedly following Shia to a bank parking lot where he was with his girlfriend. And when she was questioned by police, she made some pretty alarming statements. A source would say Alyssa remained across the street from the bank and was seen pacing around her car while Shia was inside the bank. She claimed she was trying to close the demon portal. Cops arrested Alyssa after talking to her. She told officers that the celebrity Shia LaBeouf was a clone that has Shia's DNA and her DNA mixed together. Alyssa claimed Shia's clone was made in a secret lab. Police first encountered Alyssa on June 30th after she traveled from New Hampshire to New Orleans. When questioned, she said to believe she was married to Shia. A little over a week later, on July 9th, apparently Alyssa showed up at Shia's father's home, accusing him of hiding Shia's real body. She said the clone of Shia was the celebrity Shia LaBeouf, not the real Shia. Alyssa would also claim she drove to Shia's California home due to multiple women committing sex acts on Shia's clone, which made Shia angry. Alyssa was charged with misdemeanor stalking after the incident. So that was the mysterious case of Alyssa Kutcher. If you enjoy videos like these, let me know in the comments and give this video a like and make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you want to know more about Alyssa, you can scroll through her Instagram account and check out for yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.